Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 2020 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification. Now, before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling them float away. Feeling yourself centered, calm, at peace. Okay, so let's see what the tarot has to say. Leo, August 2020 money and career. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Okay. This one first. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. With one bonus card. Ooh, goodness. With one bonus card. Just straighten these out. Just a moment. Okay. Now let's see what your chakra cards have to say. Leo, August 2020 money and career. Leo, August 2020 money and career. Leo, August 2020 money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Four. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're going to start here with the card that just popped right out. And this is Angels and Masters, your angels and your divine power. So this is the Soul Star Chakra located 6 inches above your crown. And this is a real connection with divinity, with beauty, with understanding, with the power of your soul and yourself. And so during this time, you have this beautiful connection to your angels, and your angels have their wings wrapped around you. They are centering you. They are blessing you. And that's going to be an energy, Leo, that you really do call on. And then we have listening. Now, this is the third chakra. You are listening to what is needed. You are listening to the world around you. And Leo, as a fantastic leader, being able to listen is going to increase your prosperity so much. It's really going to bring you to a powerful, beautiful place. And this is a place that you really want to be. The throat chakra, we usually think of as speaking, but listening is just as important. And it's really going to help you get a better understanding of things, move forward in more power and in more prosperity. And then we have clarity. Now, clarity is the third eye chakra coming into balance. You are going to have a lot of doubts and fears lifted from you. All right, things are going to become clearer. They're going to become more focused. It's going to become more powerful for you. And there is a sense of knowledge and energy guiding you forward. There is a sense of things you hadn't seen before really falling into place. So this is going to be a time where you can really feel like you trust your instinctual self, especially since you have your angels right there with you. That's really helping to build this clarity, to build this power. And then we move to truth. Now, this is also the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is going to be very important to you. Speaking your truth, moving forward in the balance of your truth, not being waylaid by other people. That's going to be very important. It's going to be very powerful. It's going to be very balancing for you. And this is also saying here, balancing your life with your truth is going to really be something that sets you apart from other people, because it's going to be like, yeah, I can trust this person. I have this, feeling. This is what people are going to say about you, Leo. It's like, yeah, I have this feeling that this person is, doing the right thing, on the up and up. And that's going to be really important, because people do make split-second decisions based off of gut instincts, whether they believe it or not. So the left-hand side here, when it comes to the tarot, the left-hand side is your inner self, the middle is your heart, and the right-hand side is your public self. So let me move back my camera just a bit for you guys. So we have the Chariot. Now this is a Cancer energy, a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. Then we have the Hanged Man. You don't see things the same way as everybody else. And personally, you really need to let your heart guide you forward. You have the Page of Pentacles. When it comes to money, you're looking at new things, you're seeing things in a new way, and you're also not going to be opposed to learning. You're going to be learning new ideas, bringing new passions forward. All right, and then the Two of Cups, the Minor Arcana Lovers card. This is really embracing something that you love. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So the repeat of the number 2, it talks about, things coming together. It talks about harmony and balance. Balance is definitely needed. We see that with the Truth Chakra card, with the throat chakra. And this is a balanced understanding. Then we have the Six of Wands, being able to celebrate yourself, saying to yourself, job well done. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune shows that everything is changing, and you're embracing that change, because your heart, you have yourself right here coming through as the King of Wands. You are passionate, you are determined, you embrace what it is that you love, what it is that you want, and that's going to be something that's really quite spectacular for you. Then we have the Two of Swords. So the repeat of the number 2 3 times. That is really quite beautiful, because that's divinity saying here, balance is important, communication is important. This working with other people is going to be very important for you. Even if it is remotely, you're still going to find yourself thriving in that situation. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, prosperity, success, bounty, the harvest of your garden really being shown. The Six of Swords, this is moving forward, new ideas. And then the Queen of Cups, your heart shines forward. So the Six of Swords with the Six of Wands, you're really looking at your future. You're really looking at what you desire. And that really does play a tremendously powerful part in your life and in yourself during this time period. Now let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Leo? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people who will be aiding Leo? August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. Ooh, you have 5. That's really nice. So remember, with the people who aid and also the people who you have to be mindful of, these do not have to be people that you know. These can be people who inspire you on YouTube, on television, through a book that you read. In any way, they bring inspiration into your life. So we first start off with the Strength card. This is a Leo energy, July 23rd to August 22nd. And this is strength of character. This is strength through kindness. This is an opening of the heart and a real embracing of the soul. So here your strength is absolutely being called on, and you're really finding that connection with someone. It could be a fellow Leo, or it could be someone who just really gets you, really sees what you see, and is moving forward. And this is somebody whose strength is not physical, and that's going to be something that you really admire. It's not like they can bench press, all of this weight. It's that they can handle stress. It's that they are determined to move forward in their soul, in their selves. And that's going to be something that attracts you to them. It's like, I see this pain, and I know that you've been through pain, but you haven't let it destroy you. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who sees things, who sees the connection with things, who sees, the way things move forward. And this is somebody who's astoundingly passionate, who looks at the big picture. You might think them a little bit disconnecting, okay? Because they'll be very mindful of things, and they don't really let their emotions show as brightly as sometimes you would like them to, all right? But this is somebody who is very passionate, very determined, very much sees the connections of things, and that's going to be something that you really like. And who really helps you move forward in financial success. All right, it gives you ideas, helps kind of stoke this fire, and embrace that prosperity. Then we have the Prince of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a person who moves forward quickly. The Knight of Wands is the second fastest moving knight. And so here, even though he's represented as the prince in this deck, so here it's this determination, it's this focus. It can be being a little bit quick-tempered, a little bit kind of, quick to rush into things during this time. So you might sit there and kind of get caught up in this other person's passion, this other person's fire. Make sure that it's right for you, and that it's not just their passion, their fire coming in that's guiding you in a direction that you're going to sit there and be like, oh, I didn't really want that. Yeah, but they're very mindful. They're very mindful for you. They're very passionately helping you forward. All right. So here, even if you don't know the person, it's like their words, their ideas, they really connect with you. And then you have the Scorpio energy right here. Now this is going to be a person who you're going to see as kind of being a bit secretive. You're going to be like, well, they keep their secrets, or they have their secrets. And that's fine. They can have their secrets. But this is a person also that you sit there and you're like, well, they're looking at things. They don't really have their secrets. They're looking at things and they're not seeing the need to be caught up in everybody else's trauma and everybody else's drama. They're really focusing on what they want, that they need. And that's going to give you a way of looking at things. It's not selfish. It's, making sure that you put yourself first. It's making sure that you take care of yourself so that you're able to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And you're looking at things and you're, taking in different ideas and different passions and different thoughts. And that's really going to help you move forward to where it is that you want to be. And you're also looking at the darkness instead of seeing, things that shouldn't be. You're looking at it and saying, wow, this is the serenity of the night, instead of these are shadows for which I'm afraid of. And then we have the Temperance card. And this is Sagittarius energy, November 22nd to December 21st. And the Scorpio energy is, of course, right before that, October 23rd to November 21st. And this is a person who is very spiritually oriented. This is a person who also loves gathering information, loves talking to people, is very inviting, is very connected. And they're especially going to be connected to different religious organizations, not organizations like they have to be a part of it, but they're going to be very spiritually inclined. And it seems like this spiritual inclination is very much a part of their personality, and it almost becomes infectious because you're like, oh wow, that seems so worthwhile, like to invest my time in and to really become a part of, because it elevates your soul. And that person's going to be very interested in the elevation of your soul, but also other people's soul. That's going to be their thing. That's going to be one of their passions. And so here we start off with the Chariot. Now this is your heart. This is your heart, your soul, your passion, yourself. And with this Cancer energy, a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd, this person cannot be told how to love. And for you personally, during this time, you cannot be told how to love. You are looking at things and you are embracing your love, your beauty, your heart, your soul. And so here it is that passionate understanding moving you forward. And so with the Chariot, you are moving towards the ideas and the ideals that you want from your life. And you're not going to stop. And it can be that you also take risks when it comes to your heart. Not anything foolish, but you're kind of sitting there and saying, do I take this risk on my heart, or do I just ignore it and kind of move forward a different way? And it's going to be much better for you to sit there and say, I'm passionately moving forward this way. I am listening to my heart, my soul, myself, and taking these risks that I need to take to evolve, to move forward, to really embrace what I desire. It's nothing that's kind of like, run away and join the circus type of risk. It is listening to your soul, listening to your heart, okay, that instinctual, we call it a gut feel, that instinctual emotional feel to something, and letting it actually ride out, not saying, oh, well, that's silly, or, oh, I'm being foolish. It's like, no, really connecting with that, because you're going to find that it's very empowering for you. And then it leads you to the hangman. And of course, when you are more emotionally connected, which I see as a very powerful thing, because I very much believe that we are all part of an emotional world. We are all, emotional beings. And if we forget our emotional self, okay, we go too far into logic, we cause problems. And if we only embrace our emotional self and not have it balanced by the mind, again, there's problems that are started, because our emotions need to have that conversation with our heads. We need to have our minds and our hearts working together. And it does make you different than everybody else as you are doing this, or as you're evolving this way. The hangman does not see things the same way as anybody else. The hangman is looking at the world differently, has this influx of enlightenment that is flowing through them, is passionate and is powerful, and is beautiful in their own right. So here with the hanged man, you are going to see that, yes, I see things differently. Yes, I might not be the same as everybody else. But that's the empowerment that you need to celebrate in order to have true prosperity move you forward. It's kind of like your uniqueness is going to be a wonderful flair to what you do, to how you move forward. And then it has you looking at wealth differently. All right, it has you looking at your prosperity differently, because right now your heart knows that you're balancing a lot and you're keeping a lot in the air and you're forgetting about yourself. Now, is that a bad thing? You might sit there and say, Dane, I need to kind of forget about me in order to get done what needs to be done. This is, we're in unprecedented territory. The hustle needs to be real, right? And that's valid, most definitely. But here, it's having a sense of wonder, expanding your horizons, letting yourself see and take in messages. You're so beautifully connected to your angels, to your spirit guides, to divinity, that by taking in these messages, that by embracing your heart, your soul, yourself, you see yourself move forward and you see yourself evolve in a rather spectacular way. And you're embracing the prosperity of what you want from life and what you love. And as you do so, you are receiving messages, so you become a bit of a messenger, all right? And you are also becoming a student of the prosperity around you, of the bounty that guides you. And as that happens, okay, as you embrace new avenues when it comes to financial success, as you look at things and you are really open and honest with yourself, it's kind of like, what gifts do I have that other people do not bring to the table? And you might sit there and say right off the bat, like, I don't have any gifts that anybody else can't bring to the table. And that right there is a lie. Because we all see things in our own unique way. It doesn't mean that we're so unique that nobody else sees it the same way. But it means that you bring something rich to the table. You bring something new to the table. And this is what you need to fall in love with. You need to fall in love with your emotional ideas and ideals, your sense of power, your sense of creation, your sense of love, of work, and of life. And sometimes, yes, work is simply there to pay the bills. What is it that I heard? Most people will not have careers, they will have jobs, right? But you need that meaningfulness. You just do. It's part of us as human beings. We need to know that what we do is meaningful. So if we feel like our joy is being sucked away, or we feel like I'll never get to that place that I want to be, this is an excellent time, okay, to take a course, to study something online, to read a book. This is an excellent time to improve yourself for your financial future, right? And there are going to be things that you kind of know, or you're led to read this book that opens things up for you, or watch this podcast, or, something on YouTube, or, something to that effect, where you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of this avenue. I never thought of moving forward this way. I see it as a verbal communication that isn't going to come about as like somebody just talking to you. It's going to come about in a way that you really need to listen for that message. Then things become clear as you balance in your truth. And as you balance in your truth, you balance in your love, your heart, your passion, your beauty. And that leads you to the Two of Pentacles. And as we have this balance, this healing coming in our personal selves, our hearts right now are balancing so much, are juggling the prosperity, the wealth, the abundance, that we sit there and we think, oh, am I doing the right thing? Am I moving forward the right way? Do I know what it is that I want? And can I focus on me? And your first instinctual reaction here, Leo, is going to be, no, I can't focus on me. I have so much that needs to be done. I have so much that needs to be tended to that I'm going to be the very last person, if at all, looked at within my heart, within my soul, within myself. It's like it's going to be enough to wash your face, brush your teeth, get into bed, get out of bed kind of thing, because there's this weight that's on your shoulders. And the weight on your shoulders is how to move forward in prosperity. It's what you value, okay? It's money, all right? It's security, it's success. And here, as you are balancing these things, you're seeing a balanced truth within yourself. You're seeing that I myself need to be balanced, because if I'm coming to things with chaos, all right, how can I make things into harmony? And of course, people are made from chaos. We, kind of thrive in chaos. And yeah, that flux and that change. So it's not having everything be so terribly predictable that it becomes boring, but it's having things be steady and stabilized and gaining that understanding. And as you have that balance come in, you have your power around you. You have this understanding moving you forward. And this is very important for your heart, because in a way, you're embracing and balancing the expectations of the world and the expectations of the self. And those two things, you're coming together and you're saying, what's truly important to me? What can I release? What don't I need? What am I doing that gives me kind of like that rush of dopamines? Yeah, the pleasure, kind of course of the brain that makes us feel really, really good. And then how does it go away? So here, and how quickly does it go away? So here with the Two of Pentacles, you're seeing that balance, you're seeing that understanding, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And it's like, where do you need your focus? Because then we have the Six of Wands. Because as you have the focus come in, as you have a harmonizing balance with yourself and everything that you're juggling, it's time to celebrate you, because you're worth it. And you absolutely are worth it. This is, moving forward in victory and success, especially when it comes to your career. You see things differently, and now you're starting to celebrate you. It can be that you're starting something on the side, or it can be, that you are really hustling during this time. You're working two jobs, or, you're looking at things and you're being determined, okay? And this is saying that instead of saying to yourself, wow, look at everything that I didn't do. It's kind of like, look at the way you celebrate yourself. Look at what you do, and look at how powerful it is for you. Look at how you're moving forward. And instead of being that boss that always points out the negative, be that boss that points out the positive, because you're that boss for yourself. And say, you know what, job well done, time well spent. And if you move towards things, towards making your life better just by 1% every single day, that's going to be a huge change, just within a year, just within a month. We start doing things that maybe we don't want to do. We start looking at things and saying, okay, I can celebrate myself in this because I see myself differently. I see things differently. And as you use that power to move you forward, and you really embrace that celebration, that passion, that understanding, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune has things changing completely for you. It's, a new season, a new dawn, a new day. And if you're in a really great place, this doesn't mean that everything falls apart. It means here that you're learning something, okay, financially, that moves you forward mentally, okay, to have this power, to have a better stance within the world, and to weather storms much more securely, much more passionately, much more determinedly. And so as this comes, and you have this new season coming in, and as you're kind of watched over by your angels and your spirit guides, and you know that, yes, it might feel like everything is just up in the air, kind of like you're on a roller coaster ride, or, like confetti's just come down and you have to kind of pick it all up, and it's maddening. You're going to find that as you kind of step back and you let yourself see the prosperity, you let yourself see a different way of doing things. It's kind of like you release a rut. And as you release this, you find yourself becoming a King of Wands. And this is you in the Minor Arcana. You're represented by the Wands in the Minor Arcana. You're represented by the Strength card in the Major Arcana. And so this is you being a king. This is you being authoritative. This is you being powerful. This is you being kind of like no nonsense. This is you looking at your goals and your ideas and saying, this is what I want. And this is where I want to be. And it's taking other people into consideration, yes, because kings have to do that. But it's also not letting other people rule your life. It's like, no, this is who I am. This is what I desire. And this is how I move forward. And as the King of Wands, there is a sense of not being afraid to, get your hands dirty, not being afraid to go after what you desire, not being afraid of anything. And you might say, Dana, I'm afraid of everything. But not letting fear hold you back, not letting fear define you. And so here as the King of Wands, you are passionate, you are creative, you are in the thick of things, and you are moving forward with determined focus. And taking your responsibilities very, very seriously. And I think it's very interesting with the Chariot, we then go into 2 twos over here. So the Chariot brings us to the 2 of Pentacles, to the 2 of Swords, and you're crowned by love. And then the number 2, which signifies love, but also signifies balance and communication and creativity. And here with the 3 of Swords in the world, okay? In your, kind of, outside self is what Spirit wants me to say. As this comes forward, you are looking at things, and you really do think like there's only 2 roads. There are only 2 ways for which I can move forward. And it's either, kind of like, either I'll be happy or I'll be miserable. Either it'll be like this or it'll be like that. But it's kind of almost as if you feel like it's set in stone in the public arena. That's it. That's what I was trying to say before. In the public arena. And so here, with the 2 of Swords, it's like, if you worry, if you fret, you're only going to harm yourself. And there are blessings raining down on you that need to be embraced, that need to be seen. And as these blessings rain down on you, right, and you're so busy looking one way or another, you'll miss them. So it's kind of like, okay, have a plan, yes. Why? Because we feel better when we have plans. So have your plan, embrace your plan, right? But don't think anything is set in stone. Look at things and let this healing light move in. Let this passion, let this connection move with you. Because other options are going to start to open up. Especially a third option is going to come in, and you're going to be like, oh wow, I never thought of it this way. Or I didn't even think that was a possibility. Or, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And that moves you forward to a real area of success, because it's kind of like, okay, it's not only what you want, but it's what divinity wants for you. It's divine timing. It's that connection. It's that passion. And it moves you to the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is abundance. The 9 of Pentacles is hard work paying off. The 9 of Pentacles is prosperity and just being lush, being really empowered within your life, within yourself. And so the 9 of Pentacles moves you forward in that way of success, that way of bounty, that way of beautiful understanding. And as that comes to you, you are anointed, you are empowered, and it really does mean like you have a win. And your win is amplified 9-fold, all right? Your win is like Spirit looks at you and it's like, yeah, okay, I get this. I get where we can work together. I get how we can work together. I get how, this can come. And as you do so, you're leaving behind a lot of things that are no longer relevant for yourself. Will they be jealous? Yes, they will be. Will you be empowered? Yeah, because that's actually going to feel really good. Instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, it's like, oh my gosh, I got this right. Oh my gosh, I got to win. And you thrive with your wins, Leo. You really, really do. So it's like, I see and I know what I desire. I see this bounty. I see this richness. I see this abundance, and I claim it. And as you claim it, you take all your knowledge, you take over all your understanding, and you move forward. And you're like taking over your reason. So instead of being passive, you're being aggressive in your truth. It's like, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm heading for. This is my dream. This is my desire. That's it. I'm going for it. And that's going to be very powerful for you. It's like, this is my truth. This is what I'm going for. And I am absolutely emboldened. And so here, are you worried at times? Yeah, you are. Why? Because we're human. And that's what we do. We're really good at worrying. But you're also in love with the idea of the success that comes. You're in love with the idea of the following your instincts and knowing your mind and trusting in yourself. And as you do so, it leads you to the Queen of Cups. And it's very funny because for you, Leo, especially, you would want to see these two cards reversed. You would want to see the Queen of Cups in the heart, and you would want to see the King of Wands in the public arena, because that means that people see you as a king of success of your career, but your heart is seeing you as a king of your success and your career. So that's more important. That is actually more important. It doesn't matter so much what everybody else sees. It matters what we see. And so here with the Queen of Cups, which represents a water sign, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer, you are going to find that you are strong Cancer energy, of course. You're going to find that your heart really leads you to success. It's like leading with kindness, leading with comprehension, leading with understanding. And this doesn't mean that you sacrifice yourself for everybody else. It means that you nurture this love within you. You nurture this love around you. And it's kind of like, as the storm rages around the world, you are the calm center. As things become intense, you become more at peace. And that's going to be a really powerful tool for you during this time. There's a sense of taking in what you love, what you desire, what you want, and really being emboldened by it, really being, empowered by your soul and yourself as you are moving forward. And there's a sense of passion and water, fire and water coming together and really creating something beautiful. It's almost like, in Greek mythology, you have Venus and you have Aries who are lovers. And so you have love and you have war. And so you might sit there and think that there are these two polar opposite sides of you that will never really come together, that will never really work. This is going to be a time where they do come together and they do work. And it's going to be a time where you really embrace this understanding. And now you have three sixes, which, 666, I do know they say is the number of the beast, but it's also the number of man. And so you are really embracing yourself, your heart, your connection, and you're needing things to be balanced with the Six of Pentacles. This is a sense of balanced understanding. This is a sense of truth and comprehension. 6 is also an astoundingly giving number, an astoundingly emotional number. It is the number that will sacrifice for others. And so during this time, you have this strong sense to nurture. Now, it can be nurturing your career and yourself or those that you love, but it's nurturing nonetheless. And as you move forward with this nurturing truth, you do say, things have to be balanced. There has to be, real line set and things understood in order for you to move forward in this confidence, especially at work, okay? Especially, because you're going to find more work is put on, but the money might not be coming in as much as you want it to, or, more work is put on your shoulders and other people are just kind of goofing around. And it's like, no, things are going to be fair. And that's going to be something that's really important for you. Really, really, really important for you during this time. A fairness, an understanding, a balance. Because once things are balanced, okay, once you sit there and you make these boundaries and you say, you know what, no, I'm not going to be taken advantage of, you're going to see that prosperity starts coming in, that people start looking at you differently. And it doesn't mean that you're mean about it. It's just like, you know what? There has to be a time where you say no, Leo. There has to be a time where you say, I have so much already on my plate, and I need to focus on what I have on my plate instead of taking on more and more. And just being really reasonable and down to earth about it is really going to suit you well. Now let's go even deeper. Show me more deeply for Leo. Show me more deeply for Leo. August 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Leo. August 2020, money and career. Show me more deeply for Leo. August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, okay. This card was up. There we go. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Perfect. Okay. And now let's see the people that you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Leo has to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people Leo has to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Who are the people Leo has to be mindful of? August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show us clearly. Guide this reading and show us clearly. Okay. Fantastic 3, which is very, very nice. You have much more people who will be aiding you than you'll need to be mindful of. And so we start off with the King of Swords. This is, oh my gosh, this is just an astoundingly blunt person. I don't even think this person means to be as rude as they actually are. This is a person who just cuts straight to the chase, doesn't care about anybody's feelings, doesn't see it as being rude. It's just like, what, these are the facts. This is also going to be a person of authority. This is going to be a very well-educated person, or at least well-spoken person. And they just, cut through the doubts and the fears of things and get right to the heart. And this can be a little bit off-putting for you, Leo, because there's none of that charisma that you like. There's none of that, that finesse. This is just blunt, to the point, harsh truths, not harsh truths. They don't care. It's like, you're going to hear it. And this is also the warrior king. So this could be somebody who is really fighting for something and who is fighting for something and sees this as being astoundingly important, which to them it is. So here you're going to have somebody being very blunt with something that is they're very, very passionate about. And if you're not as passionate as they are, they might take that as an offense. So just be mindful of that person. Then we have the Moon card. This is a Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th. This is somebody who has a lot of fear in them. And who's using that fear as an excuse. This can be somebody who just sits there and doesn't contribute the same way because they're paralyzed with fear. But this is also somebody who sees in between the shadows of things, all right, and who's more emotionally connected. And that could be why this person is afraid, because they're so emotionally connected to things that things can become overwhelming because they can see all the different ways that it can go. So here, being mindful of this person, but not falling prey to their drama, to their doubts, to their fears, because that's just going to make you question absolutely everything. And my gosh, we don't need any more questioning. And then we have the Prince of Swords. The Prince of Swords is a person who's going to be very quick thinking, rather quick-witted, all right? But this is going to be somebody who makes decisions instantaneously. And it's like, okay, are you on board? Either you're on board, there we go. Either you're on board or you're not on board. And things are just going to be very clear-cut for this person. You're going to want them to slow down. You're going to want them to slow down, to look at all different avenues. And if they just can't do that, you just don't want to be swept away by them. You need more planning. You need more stability. You don't need any more kind of surprises coming your way. You've had enough. And then we have the Chariot on top of the Chariot. So Cancer is very important for you personally. Then we have the World, and we have the Five of Cups. That's beautiful. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, a time frame November 22nd to December 21st. The Four of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. Now you have the Two of Pentacles in your personal line. Now you have the Two of Pentacles crowning you in your heart line. So now it's rooting you. So that's really, really, really interesting. And rather nice. It is rather nice. Yes, you have eternal prosperity coming. All right? And there needs to just be that balance with it. Then we have the Fool, the Eight of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. So prosperity comes tenfold. You have the ninefold here. Now it's tenfold. As you start on your journey, things come together brilliantly and beautifully. And it's kind of like wealth that lasts for generations, wealth that moves you forward in a way that you hadn't expected. So we're starting here with the Chariot. This is moving forward in love. This is a connection with your heart. Nobody can tell you how to love. They just can't. And you need to be true to your heart, to your soul, to yourself as you move forward. You're going after what you desire. You're embracing your determination. Okay, you're looking at things and you're being very forthright with yourself. It's kind of like, this is what I want. And people might see you as a bit of a daredevil because of it. You're not really a daredevil. You're letting your heart soar. And that's going to be really, really great for you. It then brings you, as you open up your heart, it brings you to the world opening to you. It brings you to this passionate understanding, this beautiful truth. And it brings you to feeling a part of more. So even though, the world is crazy right now, and it doesn't feel like we can really connect with the world, there is, you can. There is this way of almost you're connecting more with the world now than you did before. And this can be because, you're using the internet more, or this could be because you're looking at things more. But it's kind of like, instead of being so caught up in our own dramas, which is what we are as human beings, it's like we're looking at the world as a whole and really connecting, really coming together. These are doors that once seemed closed to you opening. This is connections that you never thought you would have coming. And as it comes, you have to change your mind and change your whole entire life. Because there is a sense here that you can reject this opening, this power, this kind of like the world is your oyster sort of thing. Because if you don't change your mind, you don't change your life. You look at the cups that are spilled. You look at the pain that you have had. You look at the disappointment. And you don't look at the Two of Cups that is right here, that is right beneath you. You don't look at the love and the healing and the compassion and the connection. And as you look at this, as you say, no, this is a valuable and valued part of who I am and what I want, it brings balance in. It really does. It brings balance. It brings harmony. It brings understanding. It has your angels moving with you. It brings love onto the table. And it's like, this is what I want. And this is an emotional truth that is astoundingly personal for you, right? When it comes to your heart and to your work and to your money, it's like, this is astoundingly personal for you. This is about you and really about nobody else. And so as you're moving forward, you have to remember that. This is my story. This is my truth. This is my narrative. And as much as it may impact other people, it is fully and honestly yours. And you are being balanced within it. And it can be that you're also coming to terms with that it isn't living for absolutely everybody else, but it is living for the success and power of yourself that really changes the game for you. And it brings you to the most beautiful Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is celebration here. Of course, it is very much indicated as a marriage card. So it is a card with a celebration that really impacts your life, that really has this deep, powerful impact on you. And it is something that changes things. And what's beautiful about this card is that it's a celebration that, reversed or right side up, comes and just floods your life, absolutely embraces you. Now, this could be new job opportunities. This could be moving house. This can be, just really starting to celebrate again with family, with friends, with people who are truly important to you. And it lets you find this balance, this work-home life balance, this money and what you desire balance. It lets you also connect with yourself, with what you want and where you're headed and where you need to be as you start to embrace eternity, as you start to embrace your infinite self. And it's saying, okay, as I embrace my infinite self, as I embrace my prosperity and my abundance, I have to be true to me. I just do. Because if I don't balance myself, everything will fall apart and it will all feel like it was worthless. And it's not. Because what you're doing here is you're finding that balance, you're gaining that harmony. And then you start on the Fool's journey. And the Fool's journey is the hero's journey. The Fool's journey is saying, okay, it might be foolish, People might not understand. They might not see the passion that I have, but this is part of me, and I need to move forward in this beautiful, connected way. I need to move forward in this truth. And as you do so, you embolden yourself, you enlighten yourself, you embrace yourself. You're like, yes, this is me. And you start to become the hero of your tale. And this is in the public arena. So people are seeing you, like, make that choice to embrace your bounty and to move forward in that truth. People are seeing you as somebody brave and courageous. Now, will they get you? Most likely not. There will be a lot of people who think, oh, I don't understand what you're doing, and, it could be a terrible decision. It's your decision, first of all. And no matter if it's good, bad, or indifferent, we always learn. I see this as being good for you, but the thing I have learned with Spirit is sometimes what Spirit thinks is good for us. It's kind of like you were like, I would have avoided that with a 10-foot pole, but thank you. So here, it's good for your spiritual development. It's good for your prosperous development, because what it has is, as you start this fool's journey, as you walk down this path, everything changes. You have the Eight of Wands. Everything starts to change. Everything starts to, move forward. And it moves forward rather quickly. It's like, wow, I didn't expect this. And oh my gosh, I didn't think of that. And so as things come together, things start to change. And it's the world opening up to you. It's you not being defined by disabilities and disasters and heartbreaks and pains and disappointments. It's like the world opens. There's a celebration. There's a bountiful, beautiful success that comes. And then things really start to change, especially around your career. It can be that you have the extra confidence in yourself that you need to start something beautiful. It can be that you have this passion that guides you forward. And it leads you to the 10 of Pentacles. It leads you to wealth that increases tenfold. You had the ninefold before, so you are almost at a completion of a cycle. Now you are completing a cycle when it comes to wealth. This is generational wealth. This is something that this is money, or something that you value as much as money, passed down, connected, prosperous, bountiful. And it is the most brilliant way to end a money and career reading, because when you have your career, you have a celebration of your career. You have things changing and moving forward that bring you more money. Could this be, new job opportunities coming your way? Can this be a raise? Can this be, starting a side project? Yes, it can be all of those things, because it has to resonate with you as an individual. If you'd say, Dana, I would never, start a side business. That's just not me. Then that part doesn't need to be you. But there's something here where it's like new doors are opening, new ways of moving forward are opening, and you need to seize them, because they are going to be such a part of your success and your happiness. So let's see what your spirit animal has to say. Leo, August 2020, money and career. Leo, August 2020, money and career. Leo, August 2020, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. These two right here. So we have the elephant, learn from the past, and that is really important from you. You're learning from the past. You can be learning from history. You're also learning from past mistakes. You're learning from past achievements, and you're really holding the past dear to you. It's not living in the past, but it's learning from it, and it's seeing it, and it's seeing, blessings that were given to you that you might not have been ready for, or real lessons that were handed to you that you thought, oh my gosh, what is this for? And then down the road, you will see the power of those lessons, the power of your passion, the power of yourself. And that really does ignite you. It really does lead you forward. And then we have the armadillo, which says set healthy boundaries, which is what Spirit was saying in the very beginning. You need healthy boundaries. And that's what the Six of Pentacles is. The healthy boundaries to anoint you in success, to bring you the prosperity that you want and that is to be a part of yourself. It's not being snippy and saying, you know what, I don't do that, type of thing, or that's not my job sort of thing. It's like, I need to handle what's on my plate right now. And I can't get to that. I can't get to that yet. Maybe I'll be able to, but it's highly likely that I will not. and being very diplomatic about it, very much inclusive, there we go, as a group unit, right? And if you're working for yourself, it's, again, having healthy boundaries, because you're going to find that everything pulls you in 18 million different directions. It's kind of like, especially if you have kids, like kids need this, dinner needs this, that needs that, everything needs attention, and there's only so much of you to go around. So it's setting up healthy boundaries. It's being kind to yourself, and it's also knowing I can't do everything. I just can't. And I'm going to be okay with that, because if I'm not okay with that, I'm going to just absolutely think of myself as a failure instead of as a tremendously gifted, talented, prosperous person. And that's the person that you are. And that's why the Six of Wands says, celebrate yourself. Remember to celebrate you. Because if you don't celebrate you, if you don't sit there and say, good job, if you're always thinking, well, it could have been better, people are going to start thinking that too. And that's just not fair. Your subconscious tarot message is the wolf spirit, with your spirit animals. You turn knowledge into wisdom, and that's what you're doing. Knowledge well earned becomes the wisdom that guides you. When it comes to people, your subconscious message is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who you might think is a bit arrogant when you first meet them, somebody who is just a little bit too much in their heads. They're also the warrior queen, and you're having this kind of being mindful of the warrior king, so you might sit there and be like, oh, God, wow, you guys have a lot in common. I'm not going to trust this. But there is this real sense of trusting the Queen of Swords, trusting this person who has this knowledge, who is taking it in. This is a person who listens to the wind, who is connected to spirit in a very powerful way. And that is what she's the warrior of. She's a warrior of these peaceful messages, of this soul's truth. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then we have your subconscious chakra message, which is personal power. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is embracing your personal power. This is embracing your passion, your desire, your abundance, and this is knowing your strength. This is saying, I know my strength and where I need to be in my life, and I am holding on to that personal power and that personal truth. And that's going to be a huge part of you. This sense of, I can trust my gut. I can trust myself. I know. And that really does move you forward. And it moves you, right? This, trusting of this God, this power of self. It moves you to the subconscious tarot message, which is the King of Cups. Now you have the King and the Queen of Cups right here. That's a soulmate connection. Whenever I have the King and the Queen from the same deck, from the same suit, that's a soulmate connection. And I didn't make a big deal. Spirit wasn't showing a big deal between the King and the Queen of Swords, because one is an opponent and one is going to be not an opponent, but one you have to be mindful of, and the other one is going to bring forth blessings. So they're going to be kind of opposites. Here, these two really come together and just ring with truth, with power, with beauty, with connection, with heart, with soul. And this is really letting yourself move forward in love, letting your heart become open. For some of you Leos, it's kind of like, oh, enough is enough. This isn't getting me where I want to be. Or there's also a sense of not liking to be vulnerable. And that's not for all Leos, but I do know quite a bit of Leos. And it's kind of like, no, you just kind of like fight through it and don't let them see. But here, it's like looking at your heart, especially in the public arena. It's not showing everybody your emotions every 5 seconds, but it's moving forward with the passion of your heart, the beauty of your soul. And that really is going to be a game changer for you. It's like you listen to your heart self, you listen to this truth. Subconsciously, you are a king, and you're ruling your kingdom. Population 1. We don't have control over anybody else. We see that even with little kids, go to sleep and they stay up, eat your food and they squish it on the floor. So here it is that understanding that the only person I really have a say over is me. And even then you'll find yourself like disobeying yourself. You'll find yourself saying, oh, I have to work. And then you'll be searching through on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. And it's like, man, why am I doing this? Why am I sabotaging? And it's really connecting to your heart. It's like, what does my heart need? Does my heart need just a moment to breathe, to disconnect? Because that can be it. Do I need mindless distraction for a minute? Then let yourself have it. but also make sure that you set healthy boundaries with yourself for what you will indulge in and what you won't. Because remember, the King of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is a king on this rock, in the middle of the water. It's implied that he's the king of the kingdom behind him, but you don't know. And that's the thing with us. It's implied that we're the monarchs of our existence. But really, if you look at it, we really are on that rock in the water, in the sea of emotion, governing ourselves, trying to move forward as best as we can. And the King of Cups really does connect with you, help you, and move you forward. And then we go even deeper with your tarot here to your subconscious message, and it's justice. This is the Libra energy. This is September 23rd to October 22nd. It's justice, it's balance, it's cutting through doubts and fears. It's knowing your mind and what you desire and what you want. And it's being just to yourself. It's also getting justice, but you can find subconsciously that the justice that you get for your heart may not be the same as the justice that you get on this earthly plane. And that's interesting. It's kind of like you're more seeking here emotional justice than you are seeking a sort of financial gain. That can be for one very specific person, where something's going to be laid to rest, and it's going to be laid to rest very emotionally for you. It's like more emotionally than anything else. And that's what your soul has been waiting for to heal. For others of you, it's using your heart to move forward in this justice, in this understanding, in this desire. And you feel content within your soul with the justice that comes. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our own energy vibration, and a moving forward in peace, harmony, and contentment of soul. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you,